Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy P-Farm thinking right out here in the middle of the wee hours of the morning, 4:15. In the book, I got a nice little lesson I want to wrap up for you. I got a question. I'm gonna answer a question for somebody, so I'm gonna put it to a lesson. Hope you get the message. I know those who ask questions tune in, so this is for you. We're gonna talk about the substratum of creation. I just gave you the process, and I'm gonna give you the substratum to break down the glue, so to speak, what holds it all together. This is fun. This is what I like to do. This is teaching. That's right. Rightism. 25 rule to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking is a way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? Well, when I'm through, that's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to Maya be true. We dealing with my girl Maya because she's she's part of the substratum of creation, aka the glue that holds it all together. Let's talk about that. Maya, my favorite girl, Het Haru. She represents the female spiritual aspect of God. Haru, the male aspect. She's the female. Het Haru, house of the spirit. And my favorite, Tahuti, the right thinking man, your brain, your consciousness. That's what God, he's God's messenger. And every culture has a Tahuti, a Hermes Transfiguration, or Mercury. You know what I'm saying? It's always God's messenger. So we got one too. All right, let's go. And our substratum is held together by Mayat, Het Haru, and Tahuti. But they were not part of the Enoch. The elements, I just gave you the breakdown, they're not part of that. Why? Yet they played an important roles in the Osirian myth. As stated earlier, the netters of the Enoch are Ra, Shu, Tufnut, Geb, Nut, Asar, Aset, Set, Neptet, and Haru all started earlier. Haru, Tahuti, and Mayat, they represent, pay attention now, attributes. What are the attributes? There you go. Attributes of the Supreme Being as the very stuff, the glue in which makes up creation. This means that they are the elements which the creative principles use in the act of creation. Again, this means that they are the elements of creation. But this idea may be better understood through the following simile. Just break it down for you. See if we can, my man said, break it down to fire and powder. Yeah, make it digestible. I call it synopsis. Okay, here we go. Consider a lump of clay. All right, cool. But the clay can be given several forms, but the substratum of any form which that clay is given, be it a pot, a bowl, a plate, a cup, etc., will always remain the same clay. That's the concept. The composition of the clay does not change. Okay? In the same manner, now, Het Haru, Mayat, and Tahuti, they all represent attributes of the Supreme Being which do not change, regardless of the forms which objects in creation take place. Het Haru, The spirit will always be the spirit. Mayat has always been Mayat. Tahuti will always be God's mind. They don't change. Go on. So therefore, they are what you call the constant absolute principles. Among all that is changing, chaotic, transient, and therefore illusory in the physical world, in human experience, as well as in creation. Het Haru, she represents the force of spiritual energy, again, from the female aspect, which drives, the entire universe. The relentless order and synchronicity of the planets. Every planet is where they're supposed to be, how they should be, synchronized from somebody other than us. And stars, as well as the order of events which occur in what the life of every human being, is symbolized by my girl Maya. Represents balance and everything that's divine. And the light, aka that means consciousness, knowledge, which is the underlying characteristic for all sentient life, is symbolized by Tahuti, aka God's mind. These are the three things that don't change: the spirit, the knowledge and understanding, and what you should be doing living wise. All should be practiced all the time. They don't change. All right. Now we got a name: Ujat and Nekbet. Nekhebet. Ujat is the serpent. Nekhebet is the vulture. They go together. All right. You see, lady with the hat, the vulture. They respect it. Moot, the Ma, the mother image. We'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, these represents the dual aspect of creation. The two lands. Upper, symbolized by the lotus plant. The lotus plant, when the sun rises, it opens up. When the sun goes down, it closes up. Okay, so they use that as a symbol. That represents heaven and earth, spirit and matter. That's man. Spirit within man makes us physical matter, humans. However, they also represent what they call subtle spiritual energy. We call it arat, or in Egypt, it was called serpent power. You see me doing this? That's Neptet and Aset, okay? The twin. Inga Pingala in India. Those are two energy centers that goes up to Caduceus, the staff of Tahuti, all right? Or Hermes. That's the medical sign to this day. Okay, maybe back to this lesson right quick. Where we at? The characteristics. Okay, Tahuti somebody. Now, Ujat, the plants that they flow. Plant lotus grow in the lower Egypt, symbolized by the papyrus plant. But in the mystical sense, they also symbolize heaven and earth. Okay, serpent power. We know that more commonly known. You ready? Named by Kundalini. We know it as serpent power. Serpent, we tell you, it's a serpent, it's a snake. Kundalini is the same thing, but in India. But the serpent power is what we call the life force energy, which sustains life and promotes the desire for what? Action. Where in all human beings, it operates through the subtle spiritual energy centers, the chakras, and is symbolized by what they call a staff of Tahuti, which is entwined by two serpents of the staff, the Ujat and Nekhepet. We know them as Aset and Neptet, as well as the staff of, we call it Tahuti, Caduceus. The unity of these two principles, which are opposite poles of the same energy, is synonymous with enlightenment and knowing the absolute truth. I know a brother who say, nobody knows the truth. No, you don't know the truth, all right? But again, Het Haru, Hathor they called it, from the Greeks. You hear me use Het Haru all the time. All right, that's her real name. But the reason why Het Haru means house of Haru, the house of the spirit. I don't know what Hathor means. Don't have a clue. But I know what Het Haru means. That's the difference. And when you have a name, if I tell you my name is P Funk, and you call me something else, I'm not going to answer. I told you what my name was. I go by. They call me Mr. Ted. you call me what I tell you my name is. You expect me to do that for you? So another one of those things I got issue with. But Hadu, Hathor, she represents, again, life force energy of Ra. That's the left eye. She is the power, pay attention, of creation itself. She's a bad girl. She's a bad mamma jamma as creation because the manifestation of the divine spirit is seen as female and the soul of creation as male, which is Tahuti, the mind, the intentions, represents the mind of God. Oh, I love that. But he also represents what we call higher intellectual capacity of the mind when it is attuned to the divine. Communing with God, the meditation, higher consciousness, you become one with the divine. Tahuti is represented as the messenger of God. Okay? Mayat, Ma, M-A, Ma, M-A-A, Mayat, M-A-Y-T. All these are different spellings for Mayat, all right? But watch this. This is my girl. She represents the very order which constitutes creation. The sun being where they need to be is Mayat, okay? The stars and everything in place, that's Mayat. She controls all that. So therefore, it is said that Ra created the universe. How? By putting Mayat in the place of chaos. In the noon, everything is possible. But when there's no order, that ain't good. That's chaos. That's Isfet. Okay? He's the opposite of Mayat, not her concubine, but the opposite of Mayat. The opposite of order is chaos. That's why. All right. So Mayat is also represents the harmony of creation as it expresses in the forms of opposites. Heads, tails, up, down, in, out. That's Mayat. Choice. Okay? Duality. So she is also referred to as Mayate, M-A-A-T-I. That means the double goddess. An additional manifestation of Mayate is found in the forms of, you ready? I told you earlier, Aset Neftet. Mortality and immortality. They represent birth and death. So therefore, creation itself is Mayat. You see me give her that. She is, pay attention, this is my best part right here. I'm about to wrap it up. She is the mother of the universe. As such, the word Ma, M-A, has appeared in what? Many languages from around the world. And they don't even know the origin of this. Watch this. Ma around the world in relations to the word mother. In ancient Egypt, Ma or Mut, Amun's wife, okay, signifies the mother. She wears the vulture headdress. The vulture because they will chew off their own feet, ankles, okay, to feed their kid if they can't find them nothing to eat. That's the mother. That's the aspect of the ultimate mother, okay? Sacrifice herself for her kids. That's what Mut and Ma represents, all right? But in India, they called it Mata, M-A-T-A. In English-speaking countries, it is what? We call it mother or mama. Mom, okay, I call my dude. But in Spanish, you got mama, M-A-M-A, or madre, M-A-D-R-E. These are thus the principle of the universal mother. The concept of the mother has found its way into the human language, and half of them don't have a clue where it comes from, which is okay. That's fine. Like I said, I see the guys hugging and ingratiating on the streets, calling love. That's a Masonic greeting. I know that, but I see them imitate. I mean, not time. Flattery. The highest form of flattery is what imitating. So when they like something, they imitate it. That's all. Just give them what they like, something positive. They can emulate something positive and good. How about that? Moving on. And wrap it up. I'm about to take home just a little quick lessons. Creation without order is chaos. Right there. That's why you need Mayat. That's what God set everything on Mayat. Why he needed order. Okay, justice, reciprocity, all the good stuff that Mayat represents. Consider what would happen. All right, watch this. Without Mayat, if the elements like water, air, fire, and earth, all the elements, What if they did not exist according to their set parameters, the order and the divine control they have? What would happen if water became flammable or the earth became gaseous? What would happen if the laws of gravity acted in reverse? Without Maat, all this is possible. And there would be no consistency or order in the phenomenal universe, and there would be no way for life to exist. That's why he set what? Maat in place. He put air for us to breathe in place. He put water from up above for us to get nurtured to the plastic world in place. He put the sun up there in place. Before he started his anything with us, all that was already done. So that's what we get from the attribute of all knowing, all conscious, and nothing he don't know, including your heart. So Maat, my girl, is the basis upon which creation exists, and creation is the mode in which the divine supreme being expressed him or herself through. So therefore, anything which impedes order, righteousness, regularity, and harmony is what we call going against Maat, creation and God. And just how she's backed by God and creation. So spiritual movements and spiritual practice daily are difficult if you're in an atmosphere that gives you unrest, keeps you agitated, and is constantly disorder and turmoil. That's not a good environment to grow in. Why? It's hard to focus and get done what you need to be doing. Bad relationship, bad marriage, bad environment, bad job, all those things that contribute to what? Your unhappiness. Okay? But likewise, anything which promotes righteous order, peace, harmony, truth, justice, righteousness, etc., automatically promotes what we call spirituality, aka having divine awareness and using your spiritual discipline to obtain spiritual wisdom and, more importantly, self-discovery. You self-discovery by using self-knowledge. Obtain self-knowledge, have self-discovery that leads to self-mastery. Like me. Trust me, it's a beautiful thing when it's practiced and done correct. You can do it too. I'm here to help you do just that. And I got to go right now. Time to head to the gym. But in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100, me, 100 miles a day. So I know none of my right thinkers who now have a better understanding about the substratum of creation and passed away. I'll be right back. I love doing this for you.